Hey, you know your page? It's like maybe we want to record.
I didn't know if we were fixing to start.
I mean, I don't know. I've only been recording for 30 seconds now.
Well, roll the intro.
Hey! Welcome back to the late night respawn, where we're rolling back the clock on our pixelated pasts. That's never a good thing. Anyways. Alright. Where did we leave off on the last episode? What?
I know we got off onto a huge tangent and
major tangent about
major
developers and all of that. But
which I finally, because today I finally remembered the biggest faux pas of the gaming with WB Games with their nemesis system for their enemies, of how the enemies specifically remember you. That's been patented and won't be released where other games can use it till 2036.
Huh.
So.
Wow.
And that is such a wonderful thing, because when you have enemies, specifically even non-named enemies that remember you, so like if you spare them or, destroy their whole army next to them and get rid of their whole camp but leave them alive as a message, enemies remembering that would end up causing more conflict or even helping ease the conflict in the long run. So more games should implement that, but they can't.
Interesting.
Damn patents.
Yeah, that is definitely different and would be a very interesting aspect to throw into some of these heavily story-driven games, because, could you imagine if patches remembered you in a different way of you spared them from one game to another? But anyways, all right, cool.
We will not spare that cue ball.
I mean, they only brought him kind of into Bloodborne and definitely brought him into Elden Ring, but that's besides the point.
I think a better choice would be, for instance, would be like God of War or maybe even the Assassin's Creed games. A better example, because since there are some named enemies, like specifically when stuff has a key name. Yeah. But I digress. I just wanted to make sure that got out there, because that one was a big one that, the company kind of really let down. Okay. A lot of that, since it's not being implemented anywhere else. It's been like 8 years since that's been seen.
Yeah.
But I digress. With our pixelated past, Tom.
Yep. So some of the main topics is the first console that we owned, our console wars at home, and games that have stuck with us, childhood games that we still could play today.
And I know we were going to touch back on
like gaming and adulthood, why it still matters, how we balance it, and just why we still game in general.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be the main topics from last week's episode, but we got off on tangents and
we spiraled.
Yeah. Developers, we spiraled into chaos.
Don't destiny.
Oh God. There's two
of
you. Supposed to make dad jokes. Makes the dad jokes.
You're welcome.
Alright, look. But technically both a mom and a dad and a person?
Touche. Because single parents, they do wear the double cap.
Yeah.
But
don't make me go get the wizard hat. Anyways.
So, alright. I guess the good thing is how do you guys take balancing responsibilities? 'Cause I know all three of us do it in a completely different way.
Yes.
For balancing, what we do at home, what we do as work, and what we do with our kids.
So predominantly with the balancing act for me, comes down to being able to still game a little bit after the kids go to bed, because they go to bed at a decent hour, and we get a little bit of time to where we can play handheld or something that's not going to take up the whole TV for the whole family, or we play, go to a different room, play something specifically for us in that other room, right?
Mhm.
So for me, one of the big things was making sure, all right, cool, kids come first, game. I'm not trying to get into anything that I have to devote a lot of my time right away just because I want to make sure the kids are taken care of. Food, dinner, get everything handled, get them to bed, and then go forward from there. But that's just me. Then when I'm home on the weekends with them, uh, I try and involve them to a certain degree in the game until they start telling me how to play the game. That's when I started getting like, all right, cool, hold up, let's take a step back, let's come back down to earth because y'all are living in la la land telling me how to do this when you don't even know what the game is. So that's just me. Vix, you got anything?
I know because I got the entire weekend off, so it's wonderful. I normally, when I game, my daughter likes to spend time with me. She likes to hang out with me, and I'm like, okay, cool. She loves to watch me game. I feel like it's a win-win. Like, I'm not gonna do any like major storyline things if we've got important stuff coming up, like food, if they want to go play, if they just want to watch a movie or something. I try to focus on like the side quests if I can. That way, because side quests, they're not as focus driven, they're not as what's the word I'm trying to get?
They're not a huge priority.
Yeah, they're not as big of a priority. Or if my daughter isn't backseating and she actually enjoys the story with me, then I'll go through the main story as long as it's appropriate. Because, some of the games we play are not 100% appropriate. And I try to filter as much as I can, but it's life. It's the real world.
Yeah.
Just don't do the acts that you see on the games, and we won't have too many issues.
Some of the acts on the games are why they're here? Question mark?
What
Hey,
games are you
yo!
playing?
Witcher 3. My last major supervisor.
Oh god, yeah, okay.
Anyways.
Whoop, there it is.
Yeah.
No god.
Story for a different time.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, that's never go away.
And there again, Fable's one of my all-time I wouldn't say cozy game because it's not a cozy game at all, but I found a lot of peace in that game.
Comfort.
The Fable series. You can later on in the series you can start your own family and build up your own town, and kind of similar to the base building in Fallout 4, but not as tedious where you have to go find all of these different materials to build up. You just had to save up the gold to buy the town.
Gotcha.
So just in an example. But anyways, what about you, Twin?
I guess my biggest thing of balancing responsibilities, because I'm typically, mine is the Monday through Friday, I have them right now until school starts back. But, and, obviously sometimes Vix is home on those days as well, but like this time, she's got the weekend off, so she had to work quite a bit this week, so. It's more along the lines of figuring out what needs to be done around the house and mapping it out, but trying not to do it all in one day, because then it overloads you to where you can't do your passion. If your passion is gaming, reading, coloring even, it takes away. So like if you've got laundry, dishes, vacuum, sweep, all of that, it's separating it out and still finding time to do you in that. And still taking care of the kids. And that's also when you play games, making sure the game you're playing has a pause button.
Yeah, the strictly online games. that are coming out nowadays that you can only play if you're online,
Yeah.
where there's no actual pause function, is kind of the reason that majority of us go back to the retro consoles, because as parents, until they're asleep,
We don't have that
Yeah.
moment and luxury because, what if there's a random mom, I glued my fingers together.
Mom, I'm stuck to the ceiling somehow. How?
the glue stick with the butt. Mom, I glued my butt shut.
Thankfully
What?
that, and then kind of realize it wasn't actually butt.
Thankfully.
They were doing this number and
Yeah.
said it was their butt. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
First off, who taught you that? Second off, don't do that again.
Yeah. Third off, where did you get the glue stick?
Yes.
And thankfully, it wasn't the super glue or epoxies or any of
Or
that.
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
But that's the big thing is like whenever they're doing, I try to play something that they might enjoy watching me play. Like as of lately, we know I've played a lot of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon,
Yeah.
the remaster for the Switch.
Yeah.
That's been a big one I played. I played Dreamlight Valley in front of them. I've played Slay the Spire in front of them, which has actually kind of helped with their math skills at times.
Yeah.
It's kind of entertaining. It's like, Mom, that one does 4 and that one does 3. So 7? Yes! Perfect! How much does he have? 12. Is that gonna, get rid of him? No. So what else do we need to do?
Yeah.
Intern, because you don't have anything. Thanks.
Yeah.
So it's basically stuff that they can either interact with or that. And that's just how I handle it.
Okay. So, what was the other part that we were talking about? So we had what we do as
For
parents.
balancing responsibilities and making time for the games,
Mhm.
and how it fits into our identity as a parent, a partner, or a sibling. Which I kind of think we went over that because
Yeah.
as parents we went over how it
definitely
works for all of us
hit that one.
and why it still matters. The connection it has with all of us, and then like favorite emotional moment from a game.
Emotional moment from a game. Oh my goodness.
I mean, here comes some spoilers more than likely. If you haven't played any of these games, just fair warning. You can
Spoiler free. The entire story of Yakuza.
Anyways.
Some parts of that had me bawling like a baby, and I'll admit it.
You had spoilers?
Oh, I was just being in general because I guarantee that a lot of the games that we have like those emotional moments with is gonna be mid parts of games or endings of games.
Yeah.
Not really, opening scene.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kinda. I mean, we could talk about the 2019 God of War.
Oh yeah, touche.
Like,
Yeah, the God of War that first came to PS5. That was.
yes,
I take it back.
not PS5.
It did come to PS5.
Yes, it came to PS5, but it wasn't originally released for PS5.
Yeah, we got it for PS5. That's
Yes.
why I was saying. Yeah, my bad.
Not Ragnarok, but the
The
one
one before it. Yeah.
That opening scene, that there was so much trauma, just like that.
Yep.
So,
True.
I mean, going down that side, yes, there are some games that the emotional roller coaster you feel early on, you know, for the older gamers, Sly Cooper. The going into the third game, you've built up this crew consists of Sly, Bentley, and oh gosh, the hippo's name. Yeah, I know you know it.
Yeah, it's right there, and I can't.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I know you know this.
I was hoping you would say it because, like, my brain's just.
It also, I want to say, begins with a B, but
More than likely.
But anyways, so you build up this crew with them, but all of a sudden in the third game, let's see. Of course, it's not going to tell me his name. Plot. Bro, really?
Type list of characters for.
Um,
I would do it, but my phone is the camera tonight.
Facts. Anyways, so Murray, it's not a B. It begins with an M.
But we made
Right.
jokes of just bury it.
Yeah, because he always, in the third one, he got to the point where he was this Zen guru and everything, but
Mhm.
and he had a major power ability where he would turn himself into a ball and bury the enemies. Anyways, but the big one was Bentley got injured after the making of the second game, and he was wheelchair bound into the third game.
Mhm.
So, for those people who hadn't played the entire story and they just jumped into the third one, you had no clue what was going on. You always thought, this guy who's a turtle, why is he in a wheelchair? Why is he a major scientist? What's going on here?
Mhm.
And that's not always how he was. So, that could be an emotional response from an early on game at the beginning, but if you know the whole story, it's after a game into a game. So,
True.
but I mean, there's plenty that the trauma's there at the beginning. Wind Waker, your sister gets kidnapped. You know.
I mean, some people see that as a blessing, though.
Anyways,
They bring me back.
Yeah, they would. They would bring me back too if they.
They bring me
well,
back.
I'm gonna blink twice. I'm okay. Or two. Anyways. I said I'm okay.
Throw the slipper at you.
Make me throw it.
That's actually.
Yeah, it's actually heavy.
And that's
Anyway.
a little expensive.
A little bit.
Just
Anywho.
put a nice dent in your forehead. It's okay.
Just because you do doesn't mean that everyone else needs one.
Fuck off, you spooky bitch.
Girls, both pretty. Now chill. Back to the topic.
Anyway, so yeah, like I'm saying, there is a lot of early on game emotional responses, but at the same time there is that joy of you've gotten to the point, or you finally beat that major boss that's been hours and hours of attempts or days. You know, I get it.
Dark Eater, my dear.
Like,
The Ellsworth Beast, the Melania, like any of the Souls bosses that you spend more than a couple days on that you're sitting there with. Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Trauma moment going in.
I am going to say this. Quick intermission, just so we can handle her for a second.
Yep, so. Do we want
I'm
to.
just gonna...
Based on the coding on that disc.
Mhm.
And it could either be a color variation of one of the ones that I mentioned before, or a completely new type of monster.
Yeah, I think there was like a total of 13 base types.
Don't get me wrong.
So like each monster, it was base type 1, base type, or it had type 1, type 2, and then what it is. So like for the primary one, it was Dino, Dino, Dino. But you could get one that's Dino, Monai, and then it would name it of, it's a... Oh, I know.
Something. A one-eyed dinosaur. Yay. Okay. But...
Don't get me lying.
But,
yeah.
that... We had a whole composition notebook of all of the CDs and video games in the house. Because we did not want to stop. We would look through our monster list, because I think you could only have at least like 20 monsters at a time. We'd be like,
No, it was
get
less
rid of
than
that.
that. It was 10.
Wow! We had 10 monsters at a time, we just get rid of one and keep going.
Or that's when we'd start combining them.
Those poor abandoned monsters. So sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they kind of, like, they remastered it a bit for the Switch. So, like, obviously, if you find a PS1 copy and you have a PS1, give it a shot. It's fucking awesome. It's one of the funnest game mechanics I've ever seen.
It has to be on a PS1 though, because when we tried it on our PS2 that could play PS1 games, that whole mechanic where you pull the disc out, it did kind of
Negative
get wonky. It worked every once in a while.
But they remastered it for the Switch. Monster Rancher 1 and 2. I almost said Monster Hunter. Monster Rancher 1 and 2. And I can't remember what year it goes to, but it has a digital database of CDs that you can choose from now. Like, it won't have everything because it came out like a couple years ago, I want to say. Well, not a couple, probably.
It came out 2022, roughly.
Couple years ago, maybe more. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I just saw it and it was fun. But if you get a chance, I think the duo game, I think it's like $20 for both of them. Like, it's a duo pack. Try it out. You might have a lot of fun seeing like what your favorite CDs, like what monsters your favorite CDs will create. Because you get lost in that game. It's so fun. It's awesome.
You can look up the guide online and figure out what makes what if you really want to.
But that's no fun.
Where's the fun in that?
It's the mystery that matters.
It's gambling, but free.
It's not gambling at all.
It's random chance. What is gambling?
It's the lottery? Question mark?
That's random chance. A form of gambling.
What? That's not.
It is, because when you think about it, you do have to
Lottery
pay
is
money to
still
freeze it.
gambling.
Yeah. See?
Scratch-off tickets are a lottery, but you still have to pay for them.
Gambling.
I mean, at least that's like a selected thing. If only you could win money off the actual games.
Shit, we could find a way to cash out on some games, we'd be rich.
I want to play that now. After the episode. After the episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Yeah, that was definitely a
I
good
know-
core memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the first system is kind of different for you because obviously I know Dad got systems as we went, but you have been around a wee bit longer than I have.
God, you're making me sound fucking old.
Okay, a wee bit, like 3-ish, 4 years.
anyways,
I mean, even still, because for the longest time I didn't play video games mostly, because, you know, the only child thing, I was sitting at home and I'd have my own little thing. I started really getting to play more, and my first is still, I have kind of two, like the first game I really got to play on the TV, and then the first game I played handheld. So, first game with TV was definitely with the PS1 of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another one that we had a whole freaking notebook full of stuff.
I think that notebook's still floating around, isn't it? Because we've been talking
Yeah.
about this game for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I recently started playing it again because I would classify that as a comfort game, even though it's kind of stressful. But I would classify it as a comfort game because it was so fun to mix the monsters.
Yeah, because that was when Yu-Gi-Oh! It was unhinged, no rules. You could take any card in your hand, pick one, pick another, and it would just have a little 1 in front of it and then a 2, and it would do the polymerization without the card. And like a fire type with a beast made Flame Cerberus, specifically that card. And then if you mixed a dragon with a rock type, it made Stone Dragon. And then if you added anything electrical to it, it made Thunder or Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, which was like one of the best dragons in the game.
Hacks.
So
That game was hacks before hacks took off.
yeah, and you started with 8,000 life points. The faster you beat them, the star chips you earned. You can have all that. So that was just pure chaos and fun. And, you know, our family, we're a note-taker family. Well, we are I take notes a lot for this one because when we played Breath of the Wild, I made a list of, as we went, where to get this armor, where to find this, how to do this quest and stuff. For Breath of the Wild, so when you were gone and had no internet, because, your phone didn't want to cooperate, you had a written list, so that way you didn't have to worry about Googling.
In the nice way of I can say it, fuck it, we ball. Because I'm going to be real. I didn't take notes on any of my games. This is going to sound really bad, but Scholastic book fairs, I didn't care about the books. I cared about the action replay codes. I cared about the books that came out with the different cheats, the different hacks that came out, because you can go through with Game Sharks. Oh my goodness. Yes, I went there. Man, back in those days. Fuck you. What are you laughing at?
I thought you were going to say, I only cared about the cool erasers and the posters.
Yes, that's where you were going. They're like,
the fucking smell pencils, the fucking bendy erasers, and
Bro,
the
hold up.
pencils.
Smelly pencils? Bro.
or the pencils that, wound around your arm and you're just sitting there like,
Honestly, the fact that we have kids now, we can go to their book fairs and relive it.
girl, no, if you go to the Scholastic Warehouse, they'll let you just fill a box for $30.
It's just down the road, by the way. Yeah. Saw that on
No one told me that.
saw that on the TikTok the other day. Anyways,
But anyway,
yeah. So I was never big into taking notes for my game just because there was a certain enjoyment of the struggle through the puzzles or as you're trying to go through and get to that next major part of your mission that you're doing or whatever it was. For me, I never played Monster Rancher until you got it recently on the Switch. But as far as stuff where I had to take heavy notes like that, I never had anything.
yeah.
Other than, alright, cool, I need to go and remember this code to be able to do this thing. Oh, it's in my book on this page, highlight it,
Yeah.
That's where there was a little bit different.
Because they don't do strat guides anymore.
Dude.
Like, at all. Like, you go ahead and tell me where to find strat guides for each individual game without using the internet, not having to go on the internet and print one off. Like, I mean, going to a game store or a Barnes and Noble or whatever and going and picking up that game guide.
I will say this. I am thankful that Game Informer magazine has come back. Bring back the book guides to games.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got a few lying around here.
We've got some from Dad. Final Fantasy Tactics, Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII. We have,
You know what?
San Andreas.
Pause it on that. We'll bring those out on the next episode and have them added to the table just to kind of go back into that. But as far as, the major point of it of
Note taking.
note taking, they missed the mark by getting rid of it because, yes, I understand it's a money grab. There's an easy $30 still right there that a lot of people will go after because
People with kids.
yeah.
Because that's why Dad bought the game
And
guides.
crazy enough, now that I think about it, Tears of the Kingdom did do a strat guide.
Mm-hmm.
They did the deluxe edition, which was the alternate cover, but they also did a normal strat guide as well. But it gave you
It helped you with the shrines. It helped you
Yeah.
with kind of figuring out boss patterns. But like with Breath of the Wild, we couldn't find anything like that.
yeah.
So I had to basically kind of make our own, like, enemy hit points, weaknesses, what they typically drop. Like, I had to make our own
Yeah.
to run around with that.
But talking about in new games that are doing it, that is one that did do that. So that is something cool to think about, because some companies are still kind of keeping that in mind. Now, $45 for a deluxe edition, it was hardback, okay, cool. It's a little excessive. I still paid it, I won't deny it, because
That's your favorite game series.
yes, Legend of Zelda, I have a freaking tattoo of it. Anywho.
They also should bring game guides back, because because granted, online play is more predominant now, like having to require being online is more predominant.
Predominant?
Predominant, Jesus.
It's only
Someone take the wheel, I don't know. Me, you, a raccoon, I don't know.
We were the raccoons.
Yeah.
Anyways, what about the parents or just even individuals that don't have internet? Because a lot of game guides are on the internet now, like strictly internet, like with the written guides and everything and the book guides. What if you don't have internet?
IGN.
Yeah.
Literally 99% of IGN's website is a guide to the game. For those older games now, they do some of the newer ones, but it's
which is
predominantly
good.
reviews.
It's good in retrospect to have everything online. Like, the internet is more accessible now. Like, we have so much access to so many things, video games and others alike. But what happened to wanting to be off of the internet, wanting to be off of your phones to, like, immerse yourself in the game and, like, actually look for something in a physical book, physical guide?
Because sometimes you lose that website. If your phone dies while you're doing it, miss your mouth there.
Anyways.
Whoop, there it is.
Like, what happens if phone dies in the middle of you looking up a walkthrough trying to find this?
Or you're on a road trip.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
And, like, yeah, you'll bring your Switch with you or whatever little handheld console you have. You'll bring that with you, and you don't have internet. What are you gonna do?
Unless you did what I did and you install a power inverter so you can play on the go.
But still.
Not everyone has that.
I don't suggest doing that. I was driving. I did not play. Twin did.
But it's
You have a point. And there's
it's
people that
also a collecting thing too. Like, people like to collect anything and everything for their favorite games.
Yeah,
like
I've met
like
so many
Ice,
collectors.
he collects like damn near everything Legend of Zelda because that's his favorite series. And the gaming guides, they're fucking dope. Because in game guides, don't you get like art for the game too?
Yeah,
Like
sometimes.
different like character arts, like alternate arts, everything like that. What happened to those?
The development art as they're going through drawing the characters.
The art books, yeah. That nowadays you can't
That's
get
the
unless
word.
you get the deluxe or the character things.
Which, and I'm gonna go on a rant for a second. Please keep me on time here.
With what time?
Don't let me go over 2 minutes, okay? Anyways, Borderlands 4 Deluxe Edition, $130 something fucking dollars.
$120.
$120, and the game is not included. You're gonna make me pay $120 extra and not even give me the game. Why? Why are we gonna be like this? Anyways, alright, I'm back.
I'm proud of you.
15 seconds.
Cool.
But that's that legitimately is a big thing. I've met so many collectors since, moving here and where I work. I've met so many collectors. Hell, we know someone personally. She's a wonderful person, but she is collecting every single Sonic game possible. Sealed in the box, out of the box. She's got one copy to be able to play, one completely sealed, or at least damn near pristine, and has it displayed. Legend of Zelda. This is an affectionate, lucky bitch. Found Ocarina of Time sealed in a box that came with the Ocarina, as well as a game guide.
that's money right there. For anyone who is familiar with, trying to find sealed Nintendo 64 content, that's money.
But she got it at such a great deal.
Yeah. I remember she sent me that video of all of the retro Legend of Zelda stuff. There was stuff in that even I hadn't seen, such as a Wind Waker from factory GameCube.
Yeah.
I had never seen anything like that.
I always thought it was a skin anytime I saw anything like
Right.
that, because I mean skins are so popular.
And especially for the GameCube, because it was so simple. It's literally a cube. Alright, cool, slap some skins on it, call it a day.
Mhm.
The only special editions I ever saw were like the different colors from Fantastic, which was a continuation off of the 64. But then you had Gale of Darkness. Gale of Darkness actually did do a custom, basically just the center, but it was a silver GameCube, which was cool. You had the Dark Lugia, or the Shadow Lugia right in the middle, but that how can you call that a limited edition when it literally is like a sticker?
Yeah.
Which, that's another thing. Later on, console wars. Anyways.
We're gonna hit all sorts of tangents. So
Oh yeah, it happens. I'm sorry. There are things that,
we're passionate about, and we can finally actually talk about this. I mean,
versus it just being us talking. Once this all actually goes up into full production, and we iron out all of our kinks that we're trying to get, because this isn't perfect. We're working through it, but nonetheless, right? We have a plan. There is 100 episodes that we have planned out, but at the same time, there's going to be things that we're going to get on topic about, and it's going to become a tangent.
Mhm.
And you're going to always talk about Yakas.
Always.
Every single episode, it's going to come up.
Yep, probably. It's a great series. I will defend it with my life.
yeah.
There's a part of me that worries because maybe the actual Yaka will come looking for us because you keep talking about it, but...
Listen, they love that game, okay? It's been Yakuza approved, even in Japan. It's been approved. They love those games, and I love them too, and that's okay.
I mean, but that's the big thing. Like, back to what we were almost the game guys. With collectors, it's a big thing for collectors. I mean, I know somebody that collects one, or he'll buy a personal console and then collect a sealed one as well. Collect sealed amiibos. I mean, anything you can get your hands on. Game guides was a big thing for people that they also wanted those sealed to use. And like Vix was saying, no internet is...
Those games sealed?
Some of them, like the hardcovers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Tears of the Kingdom one was sealed.
Yeah,
it was to
yeah.
prevent people from going into certain game stores and being like, okay, cool,
'Cause
done, leave.
I do remember, like,
The paperback wasn't sealed.
yeah, the paperbacks were never really sealed because, oh goodness, what's the one that we have here? Fallout 3? I think we have that one? We might.
I think so.
There's one of them that I picked up in my time of traveling that I bought it brand new, but it was open at
Yeah.
the store that I went to, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, this is the price that they're asking. I'm going to pay it because I love the game, but at the same time, it's like, why? You know what I
And
mean?
that's why a lot of them started coming sealed. But that's because those are probably people that don't have the internet. I have somebody that comes in, and when he gets a game, he's like, I cannot play over the internet. It has to have no internet.
Yeah.
I can download it, but I'm going to be using McDonald's Wi-Fi to download it. But that's it, and I can't play it. And I completely get that, you know. And he's like, yeah, and it can't be too complicated because my kid's going to play it, and my kid will get frustrated if it's not something we can readily find. So this is a man I've recommended a lot of the classics.
Yeah. Anyways, So, talking about game guides and how it affects with the parenting and everything. We are in the process of really helping our kids learn how to read, but we're also getting them into gaming for the first time, and going back through these older games. And yes, we may remember, oh, okay, if you go over here, you do this, it helps you get through it. But we also have to remind ourselves, oh, hey, oh, this ability does this. Like last night when you were going through the Shedinja fight, you had 6 level 100 Shedinjas in a team, but you could only use, this set team that they gave you.
And 5 of them you can take out no problem, but that last one had the heavy boots where you actually had to attack, but it was so much faster than you.
Yeah. So it was a challenge. You had to remember the abilities and what you had to do in a specific order to be able to get through that. So
I just realized there was probably another way to do that with the sticky web from Shuckle.
possibly.
Damn.
But the reason with the way that I did it, to help you out, Aaron, Gibble, and then Skarmory. It was basically you could use Sturdy from Aaron to set up Stealth Rock. Alright, cool. Now you have that opportunity to try and attack again, but you're going to be outpaced by the Shedinja. Alright, cool. Go right into Gibble. Gibble's going to have rough skin, and then you try and attack. Gibble goes down. Now everything swaps in until the last one to the heavy boots. Skarmory has Sturdy. Get hit. Cool. Now you have the opportunity to hit it, and you win.
Yep.
So there was a challenge even on that side, but you knew what you were getting into, and I don't even know if a game guide would have been able to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be just knowing the abilities and knowing what they do, as well as knowing the items, because we had to look it up. I couldn't remember what heavy duty boots were.
Like, I couldn't remember specifically what it does. Like,
Yeah.
I knew what Focus Sashes did, but
Yeah,
a lot of the items in Pokemon games I don't end up using for my Pokemon. So it's
Right.
like, okay, it's there, but it's forgotten.
But like, in that sense, Sturdy is a focus sash, right? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if that would be what I need for this situation, because why would I have that when I already have this ability that does that?
Yeah.
So I get you. But that would be where I would tie that in heavily with the gaming, with the parenting. Is the game guides definitely bring that back into the sense of, as parents, we can help. Hey, look in this section. Try and figure out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
Or like what we did, we would pull up, it was a Final Fantasy map, but on the back it had a list of all the enemies, and it'd have a map of how to get through the whole game.
I believe it was for Origins.
Yeah. And
Because I know in Origins there's that like little bug-eyed, the monster, I can't remember its name, but it had like 2 little bug eyes, and it was just like a mask. I can't remember what it was called.
I know exactly what you're talking
But-
about.
But I remember it because it also had like a section on that map with all of the creatures.
Like where it would be typically located. So if you're like, okay, look, I don't want to fight these will petrify me, so let's avoid it. Like, I remember we would point that out with Dad, and he would be like, oh yeah, thanks. I couldn't remember what was there. Or have a list of chests, and we would say, hey, you already got this one and this one.
Yeah.
So it was helpful to us as kids because we felt like we were actually doing something, and that's why I wish there was more game guides, so that way the kids can also feel that way.
Yeah, I got you. So, anyways, I think we've kind of hit that one pretty hard on the head. Let's see. So, what was our next big topic?
Nintendo versus Sega, Xbox versus PlayStation.
Oh,
What camp we belong to growing up.
Growing up, and then I guess we can say what we belong to now.
Well,
We can't really say what we belong to now because we game on pretty much damn near everything
that's
now.
What I'm saying. Like now we're like equal console household.
Yeah. I guess what consoles dominated our households before we had the mergers.
So I've already kind of said it. I had a lot of access to different consoles via my dad. But the first, big console would have been a slimline PS2 at my mom's, and then I had a PSP, but I also had my DS, and we were very heavy Nintendo at my mom's. And then it wasn't until, oh goodness, sophomore year, junior year that I got the Xbox for Christmas.
No, because it was before me and you got together.
But it was after my dad had passed, so it would have been
freshman or sophomore,
yeah,
somewhere around there.
So freshman, sophomore year, my mom. So, to give you a little bit of the story, my stepdad, we would always make these jokes back and forth of, oh, we'll just put it on the Xbox, and we never had an Xbox. We had the Wii in the living room, and we just kept making this joke, and I actually had zero interest in playing on the Xbox because I was playing all these other games on the PlayStation 2 at the time. And not to say that I'm ungrateful, because I did play on it. I did enjoy the Xbox. But when I opened the first gift for Christmas and it was an Xbox game, I was like, well, that's really fucking weird. I don't have one of these. I'm definitely not going to be able to play this. Thanks. And set it to the side. Come to find out and go home, there's an Xbox under the tree for me. Wasn't exactly for me, but
it was kind of commandeered.
Yes, it was commandeered. Love you, but I did play on it. It was a lot of fun. So realistically, for me growing up, it was more of the Nintendo side. As I've kind of said, I'm huge into the GameCube games and DS and Game Boy because of that's what I remember playing. And there was a certain point when I was growing up and my mom worked at Toys R Us back when, yes, that was still around. She specifically worked in the games section and helped me start an allowance and learning how to pre-order games. I actually pre-ordered through Toys R Us with my mom, paying it off each month, the very first Fire Red when it came out. So, yeah, I'm a huge Nintendo kid at heart on that one, but I've had others, but Nintendo's at my heart.
I mean, our house was mostly Nintendo up until, we did get a PS2.
Yeah, I would say mostly Nintendo and PlayStation. I mean, we didn't get an Xbox until
my senior year.
No, it was junior.
Because I think we
bought it from.
Yeah.
I don't think we had the OG Xbox, but I know we had the 360.
You had the OG Xbox. It was just in a box, and
we never had games for it.
And the AV cable was bad on it.
Yeah,
well,
you had to fix it.
We never played it, so it don't count.
We had it.
The
we never played
360
it. It don't
was
count.
the first one that you really played on.
Yeah, and then I kind of throughout the rest, I kind of stuck with Xbox because I never really got a PC until a couple of years ago, which I still have to update it and like upgrade it and anything. It's a little mini PC. It's wonderful, wonderful. But I'm more so of an Xbox player now. Even though we have like everything else in the household, I predominantly go back to Xbox a lot.
Yeah. And even with the nowadays consoles and pre-ordering games and stuff like that, predominantly I gravitate towards Xbox. Yes, we do have the PS5. Yes, we have the mini fridge Xbox. But
4 started costing $600.
yes, but there's I don't know if it would be like a comfort thing or it's just what I'm familiar with. The layout of the controller,
Which,
I don't know.
those controllers are actually built for left-handed people, specifically. That's why it's more comfortable with where the thumbstick is compared to where the D-pad is. Fun fact.
That actually does kind of make sense because of it being up instead of down.
So rather than how PlayStation, you're sitting here and it's kind of more, with it being up here, it's more comfortable for people who are specifically left-handed as.
Makes sense.
So, fun fact of the night.
Interesting. Alright, cool. So, I mean, I guess in total, we are very Nintendo heavy. That is across the board on us. We're all huge Pokemon nerds and stuff like that, but at the same time, we definitely have our diversity as well.
Because we do like a lot of the console exclusives, which is why we do have each of the consoles. Like God of War is only for PS5, granted, or PlayStation. That's fixing with Steam, which thus is Xbox, but.
Wait, they haven't gotten to that point, but
they're working on it.
PlayStation is on Steam now. So.
But originally for PlayStation, Kingdom Hearts was only PlayStation.
Yes.
3 is what changed that.
Yep.
Because we were talking, it's like there's no way in hell we're gonna have all that set up for just that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, by the way, it's gonna be released for this.
Because
say less, take my money.
Because at the time we didn't have the PS5 and it was hard to find. When there was a shortage of the consoles and a shortage of the microchips. Don't get me started.
Okay, PlayStation.
Anyway.
Okay.
How are we gonna still be producing all this stuff years later? But there was a shortage. And nothing really.
Not even then. They
changed.
released the Pro too. And you're like, ayo, what?
Yeah, and they released the Pro for GTA 6, but now they're talking about making the PS6.
If we get the PS6 before GTA 6, we're gonna be in the grave and GTA 6 is gonna come out.
If we get an actual Xbox handheld before GTA 6, I'm gonna be impressed. I'm gonna be real. Because at this point, it's been in the talks since the
Go ahead.
Xbox One.
Yeah, go ahead and Google how old GTA 5 is, and
Oh, I know. It's over 10 years. Because I bought it when I first started traveling. So yeah, I am well aware it's over 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so needless to say,
we only have each of the consoles so we can play the version exclusives.
Yes.
But we're slowly learning a lot of those version exclusives are now going to be more centralized. Like Gears of War is coming to PlayStation. Halo's going to be on PlayStation. Forza is already on PlayStation. Not as physical, but as digital, a lot of this stuff. But they're starting to share, and you're seeing it less and less to where that console war is slowly coming to an end. Minus
Games
Nintendo.
are becoming accessible everywhere, and it's great.
Minus Nintendo.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's hard to change 30 years of a hierarchy, basically.
This Nintendo is more multiplayer, family specific.
Yeah, Nintendo kind of has had a lock on that to the point that you don't see like a Sony world or a Xbox world. There's Nintendo Land in Japan and now in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, to talk about seeing your dream of the console and the concept is actually in physical form, not just as a playable media, but as something you can go visit and experience. There's always going to be a slight console war with Nintendo for sure, just because not only is there, Nintendo Land, but now with everything they're doing with the Switch 2 and everything that's going on that realm, it's definitely going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get that.
So if anything, the whole console war of, Sega versus Nintendo or Xbox versus PlayStation, Xbox and PlayStation, that's ending.
Yeah.
That's coming to an end. And then Sega, love the company, but when was the last Sega system?
The handheld?
How many years ago was that on its own?
Oh, God. Because, look, Dreamcast, Saturn,
The 32X,
the 32X,
the Genesis.
Ooh.
Genesis. Yeah, I was going to say.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
The last Sega home console was the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Released in Japan, 1998, North America, 1999, and Europe in 99.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
Not to say that we don't love Sega, because we had the Sega consoles, and they were fucking amazing. I love Sonic.
you say
Just want to
that,
throw that.
the Aladdin and the Lion
But
King and the Jungle Book.
We got Sonic, though. We love Sonic.
Okay, look.
But
Sega nowadays, evolution. They kind of realized, hey,
consoles weren't our thing.
consoles weren't our thing. Game development is where we need to be. And,
And they're striving and thriving.
yeah, because what was the Sonic game that I got for the Switch?
Which one?
Not
There's Sonic Mania, Sonic Colors,
Not
Sonic
Mania.
Frontiers.
Frontiers. Open world Sonic running around. Great game. Definitely different from the 2D platformer, and it was just a nice step in a new direction for that game. So I definitely appreciated it, and it was such a cool idea to see from that creator now.
Mhm.
I guess would be the way to. I don't know if we can call them developers, really. Studio? But,
And Sega is the same people that do the
yeah.
Yakuza
they
series.
do Yakuza, they do Persona. Like, they realized that their powerhouse was more games, and they ran with it. And that's okay. Because, if you're in the market for something, like, not everything is going to be great or start out great. But as long as you know and you understand what you're good at, I can't fault Sega for getting out of the console game. I can't fault them for that. Because they've made some wonderful games since then.
Yeah.
But, alright. We are officially over our hour and a half.
It's fun.
God, it don't
It'll be
feel
fine.
like it.
It's fine.
Like, I've
Yeah.
been having fun.
It's. Do we want to keep it going?
We only got really.
Because, we've kind of hit the games
We've
and
hit
stuff
a
with
lot
us.
of
points.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about our childhood games and stuff, but I guess.
Yeah, and
Well-
we've talked about games that have stuck with us, and we even threw in stuff about game guides too.
Yeah.
Let's just end it on embarrassing gaming moments.
Embarrassing gaming
Pick
moments.
one embarrassing gaming moment, and once we are able to, with the comment section of all of our videos, go ahead and comment your most embarrassing gaming moments. Because no shame here, we've all had those moments where I feel so dumb. Why didn't I just do it this way?
Mine's not really embarrassing. Well, I guess it is embarrassing, but it's more painful.
I mean, we'll end it with that.
Alright, I guess I'll kick off on that one. The first time I was learning how to play Dark Souls 3, and I'm going into Champion Gundyr, and I have no idea what I'm getting into because I've never played a Dark Souls game.
And I didn't tell him a fucking thing.
She's sitting on the couch next to me just giggling, but not telling me anything to expect. You know, and do the whole little run up, and it's like, okay, cool. Oh,
You know, pull the sword out of him.
pull the sword out, and it's like, oh, hey, you may want to dodge, and I get smacked across the map. And of course, it's Dark Souls, gravity.
Stage 2.
Oh, dude, the tree form where he's just this giant head.
The loopy mess.
Oh god. Put it to you this way, I did not enjoy that fight, and gravity is your worst enemy in Dark Souls. Anyways. Yeah, I died a lot.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're not. Anyways.
No, the fuck I'm not. Welcome to Dark Souls, bitch.
Alright, your turn.
So can I tell one that I've done to someone else with Dark Souls? So, Dark Souls 3, you know how you actually get the dancer to appear? Where you have to kill the lady in the chair?
Yeah, I remember.
So, I may have not told my stepdad when he was at a low level. And I had already been through this. Because you visit this area in the beginning and talk to this lady to get things. Well, I told him after you talk to her, just go ahead and smack her. You don't need her. And I proceeded to get cussed out because next thing you know, he's a low-level character, didn't know what was going on. You got the dancer dropping out of the ceiling with her darkness and fireblade or whichever hands they're in at the moment. I don't remember. And boy, oh boy, did I get cussed out. Because he had a lot of souls on him.
Because there's not a bonfire
outside that door. You have
outside that door. You have to go into the next area or back before Champion Gundyr.
No, not before. Well,
yes.
No, because you're thinking because after you beat Champion, it's down. There's a bonfire that's right out there, and then you have to fight those knights.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to beat Gundyr, and then you go to that.
There's the teacher, the samurai teacher that can invade you right outside of that.
Yeah, if you're not careful, and then Vort down at the bottom, which that's the one they want you to beat. That one first. Go through the rest of it, and come back to beat her. I needed to skip a lot of steps and got in trouble. Totally worth it.
Yeah,
Wow.
No, that's mean. That's just rude. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't say that's embarrassing.
Oh, no, well, I mean, it was embarrassing whenever I realized that it was his first time playing. Because I thought he already knew about it. I had thought he'd already started playing it. He'd been looking up, because he's very notorious for looking up videos about a game before he ever even plays it.
True.
Yeah.
So I thought he already knew.
Well,
Oops.
dang.
There's that. Alright.
But I guess my most embarrassing gaming moment would have to be, oh, it's no worries. I'm going to go through the poison swamp of Dark Souls 3 and go through, and then there's the little, they're like goat-looking guys. I do not remember off the top of my head. I just call them face riders.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because literally they would jump up, grab you, and then they would have their hands on your head, and they'd do this number with their crotch in your face and kill you. Well, I didn't think there was one sitting there, and I walked right up, and next thing you know, here I am trying to go get my souls, and I had enough to level, and next thing you know, my face is being rode, and I'm now completely dead, and now I have to go back through this entire abysmal fucking poison swamp.
Well,
And I hadn't even summoned Dad back in yet to help me. Because he was right there. His summon sign appeared right after the dude killed me.
Alright, Vix.
okay, mine's gonna be a painful memory. Painful. You guys are gonna laugh at it. I laugh at it. I joke about it. I'm accident prone. We're just gonna preface that. I'm accident prone. But this was very embarrassing for me because I had to go to school after the weekend was over with crutches
On your birthday.
on my birthday. So you're gonna bring me a birthday party? You're gonna bring me a birthday gift to my birthday party with a birthday gift on my birthday? Anyways, the story starts off, and I always start the story off by saying, I was playing Just Dance 3. Okay? Playing, was playing Just Dance 3 with Twin. Okay, we were at, our mom's. We were playing on the PlayStation Motion, like with the motion controller, because the Wii was at our dad's. Also, quick interjection, you either had a Wii or your parents were still together. Anyways, you either grew up having a Wii or you grew up with your parents still together. Anyways, Twin and I were playing the game. We were dancing to a song. I'm going to use the Ducks for an example. She was here, she was kind of more in the front, I was more towards the back.
Because we swung a lot.
Yes, we got into Just Dance. I do not play those games anymore. I will not touch them with a 10-foot pole. So we were in the middle of a song. And doing our thing, whatnot. I turn, my knee goes crack. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. I hit the floor. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what went on. I just knew I was in pain and I was still winning.
That's the fucking problem. Because I didn't know she went down, and her ass is still beating me at this point to this song.
I am like in shock. I don't think I started crying until after the song was over and I couldn't get up. I did not have life alert, unfortunately. I was like, what, 14, 13, 14?
I don't know, but yes, I'm right.
I was somewhere in that age range.
Happy fucking Thanksgiving. Here's me problems. Because it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was over Thanksgiving break. And I had hit the floor. I felt an immense amount of pain in my knee. It had popped out of place. The bone had popped out. And granted, it went back into place. After a bit, they had to reset it at the doctor's office. It wasn't at a super weird angle to where you could notice it. But if you felt it, you could tell. She got mad at me because I wouldn't get off the floor. And
I didn't know what was going on.
I was like, I can't get up. I don't know what you want me to do. But homie, I can't get up. Motherfucker tried to pull me up. And I was like, I started screeching.
I thought she was just pulling my leg.
You were pulling mine. Literally. But, so finally I got moved to the couch and I had to get carried to the car because I think it was either mom or stepdad came in and they were like, oh, something's seriously wrong with her. We have to take her to the doctor. Luckily, an urgent care down the street was open. They were baffled. They took, I think, like, they ran some blood tests, everything, and they were like, oh yeah, you popped your knee out of place. They popped it back in. Yeah, no fucking warning at all. They were like, yeah, here's this big ass long brace with wires in it. Well, not wires, beams in it. Just wear that for a bit, have some crutches, you'll be fine. And I was like, happy birthday to me. Fucking, yeah. But I occasionally, I hadn't gotten it fixed, cause that costs money. That costs money, so I walk a little weird, and my knee, the best way I could describe it, my kneecap will just go woo, sometimes.
We call her the Weeble Wobbles.
I do be the Weeble Wobble, but I can move my kneecap farther out than you're supposed to.
She's a bitey bean.
I'm a bitey bean! That's crazy.
That's it. I'm getting the Mighty Bean that's sitting on the table next week.
Oh my
Anyway.
god. That's so funny.
But now
Alright.
if we ever want to mess with her, we just literally go, we're going straight through.
But no, you know how I know it's gonna rain? My knee starts hurting.
Anyways.
Back and body hurts.
Alright. You know where to find us. Late Night Respawn on all the socials except for X.
LNR podcast.
Next week, Cozy Games are taking over.
Heck yeah.
We're going to be talking about our favorite comfort games for winding down, anywhere from Stardew to Spirit Far, and anything in between, such as your Disney Dreamlight Valley and
Ember Isles.
Not Just Dance.
not Just Dance,
Oh,
clearly.
Never again.
That's not her comfort game, that's her trauma.
Yeah, well, it comes with the territory, I think. If a game sends you to the hospital, you probably shouldn't play it again.
And if you do
Just
play it,
saying.
then you're a fucking
Sadist.
I'm
yeah.
not a medical expert. I have to clarify that. So yeah, that's our plan for next week is definitely the cozy games, talking about them, what makes the game cozy, top 5, and then recommendations of cozy games.
Yeah, and also not just cozy games for the consoles, cozy games for your phone. Stuff that, you're sitting idly at home and you're like, I really don't want to load up a system, but I've got my phone right here.
Yep.
So what can I play? So we'll be touching on that next week.
Yep. Past that, any last saves? Anything we want to cover again? No?
If you're playing any movement games, listen to your body. Don't take breaks. Make sure you hydrate. Just make sure you hydrate in general. Don't be like me. Ciao.
We are the Respawn crew. We will see you later. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night, y'all.